Okay, 9/5/22 week in review. Gonna go straight into the comments on this one. Susan Lampman, good luck at your event. Thanks. Katrina, Nick, Kaba, hi Dave. Can you recommend a weight vest for running that is comfortable, no chafing, and most ergonomic? Any particular ones that you think are the best quality? Thanks, Katriona. I'm a huge fan of this Rogue vest right here. It's got its weight in it. Super low profile, really lightweight. I helped them design it based off of a design that I used in the military. And so, big fan of this. Go to roguefitness.com, check it out. Lightweight, simple, basic. But a lot of the vests will work. A lot of the other vests out there, but I'm a fan of that one. Ruthin Dressen, can someone tell me what Ultra shoes Dave wears for his rucking? I've been wearing the Ultra Olympus 4. I had some issues with them holding up in this competition, so I have to reevaluate and go back to the drawing board on that. More to come on that. Not ready to dive too far into that. Coach Dr. Evil, as a not-for-profit law enforcement affiliate, NYPD CrossFit, we don't seem to receive the same emails from HQ as the regular affiliates. For instance, some of the toolkits that HQ has sent out we haven't received. Is there a way to receive these emails as well? Lastly, we operate with the board of directors. Is there a way to have more than one person on our affiliate agreement? I asked so that more than one person from our board would receive the HQ emails. Thanks for your efforts and support. Also, thank you for CrossFit for the law enforcement non-for-profit affiliate program. So currently, they just sent to the LOR on file. I talked to Austin Meliolo about this, but they're working on and all the nonprofits and all the gyms like yours are included. It just, the email only goes to the LOR on file. They're working on a new emailing platform where you'll be able to add more people in the future, but it's not ready yet. They do recommend you log into their toolkit and keep the info up to date. And if you have any questions, email your local affiliate rep. Chelsea Miller, would you still be able to beat Josh Bridges in a ruck? Absolutely. Tell him I said that. CrossFit Lappeenranta. CrossFit Lappeenranta is in Finland, and thank you, Dave. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Sprint Slow, thanks for doing these. I appreciate these updates. Summer W, thank you so much, Dave. I love your advice and do exactly that. I will find an online program first and go from there. Thank you for the advice. Summer W was the one last week who asked about how to get back into CrossFit, and I had a response that recommended baby steps, basically. The Chris 403, how large is your ranch? I think there's a 7K out and back run 1 year. That would be a pretty huge area. Also, is it an actual working ranch? I've never seen any animals in any of the games footage. Thanks for doing these videos. The ranch is 65 acres. The 7K run also passed onto my neighbor's land, and I run down the street. I have them run down the street to add more distance. So yeah, we couldn't fit 7K in the 65 acres. I do have cattle that I lease the land out to a cattleman from Salinas, and he puts grass-fed beef out here. So I love having the animals out here too. But for all the events we do, I try to get them out of there. Kat Naha, for the comment of the vet a couple comments ago that hasn't done CrossFit for 12 years, if you want to work at home, CrossFit Linchpin is an amazing program. Pat Sherwood does so many different programming for RX, scaled, limited equipment, and no equipment. Thank you for your service, and sorry I didn't catch your name. Yeah, so Pat's a great resource. I second that. We actually went to Buds together in 97, 98. So we go way back. Beach House CrossFit, dope content, keep it coming. Explosive Minds, yeah, it's time you come visit us in South Africa. I agree. Valerie Zilka, nice haircut, thank you. Mr. Daddy Jan, a note on ultras. If the person is not used to zero drop, they should slowly add distance. Mr. Daddy Jan, great answer to the 47-year-old wanting to get back to CrossFit. Thanks. Jeff Ernsberger, love the Rife shirt, shout out to Fern. Timo, hey Dave, are you keeping a journal during this role working with affiliates? It was nice to read your Constructing the CrossFit Games book because it felt raw. I think a book following this new role would be enjoyable too, unless perhaps you feel that the week in review are filling that purpose. Thanks for the videos. I'm not, it's a good idea, maybe I should. I also thought a lot about writing a history of the games. I need to write again. I don't know what I will though, when I will or what I'll work on, but yes. Matt Nagel, I saw Justin was at the ranch. Do you think he can have the same dominance as Frazier, or is the field more balanced now? I know nothing about the field. I didn't watch the games at all this year. Can Justin have the same dominance as Frazier? Sure. I mean, why not? He's won 2 in a row. But like when it comes to questions like that, I'm not your guy. Check out a lot of the other commentators who are really into the athletes and how they're currently doing. Barry Smith. And even when I was running the games, I wasn't that guy. People would ask me, hey, who do you think's going to win? And I didn't look at the games from that perspective. I was putting on a test, and I did not fan out on anyone or fan out on any, like the matchups like other people do. I kind of disconnected from that. Barry Smith, why not make a CrossFit TV show? Is that old-fashioned thinking since there's so much social media video? No, I think it's a really good idea. I hope to have something. I hope we can have something in the works. Kate Foster, what do you think of Andrew Hiller's opinion that Tia Claire Toomey took drugs? You've been part of her rise in dominance, hard work, or cheating. Should people make such vocal claims without concrete evidence? Yeah, I mean, it's fucking clickbait. You know, that guy is necessary, I've said before, very publicly. But I also think, like, just don't say shit like that just to get fucking people to click on your videos. But hey, if that's what he wants to do and that's how he wants to stay relevant, that's his choice. I think it's lame that he said that about her. I do not think that about her. I think she's fucking clean, and she is the most dominant athlete, individual athlete in our sport, and I'm proud of her. And whatever she decides to do in the future, I wish her the best. But yeah, he shouldn't have made those comments. He should hold himself to a higher standard. But he probably won't, because it's all about the clickbait. Okay, James Hill. I think it would be a good idea for CrossFit to buy the Buttery Bros games documentaries and put them up on streaming TV services. This would reach a larger audience and inspire new members to local affiliates. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the Buttery Bros inspired new members to inspired new people to local affiliates. I think, we could argue that point all day long. I think they're talking largely, their audience is probably largely CrossFitters, and then, other fitness enthusiasts who have made up their mind on what they're going to do. They do good work, but I don't know if we should buy their documentary. Well, the games documentary they made for us, it is a CrossFit property. I don't think they've done any other one since then. But thanks for the comment. And I like them. They're great guys. Alice Carradeo, looking dapper. Thank you. Omar Aswat. Any advice for somebody prepping for the level 1? Keep up these great videos. Well, go through the level 1 manual and read and study that and understand our CrossFit core concepts and the CrossFit principles that make CrossFit what it is, and you'll do great on the test. And here's the thing. When you go to level 1, I've met a lot of people at level 1s or post level 1s. Not a lot. Let me rephrase that. I've met people. I've met thousands of people at level 1s, and I've met a small cohort of people who talk about they didn't learn anything or there's nothing new here. No. You didn't learn anything, or there was nothing new there because you went in with a closed mind. Every single time I dropped into a level 1 or any sort of event or course, if you have an open mind and are willing to learn, there is always an opportunity to learn. And that doesn't even necessarily mean from the content. That just could be a stylistic thing that the presenter is doing, or that could be something someone in the crowd says. Learning it's a choice. You have to want to learn. And if you go into the level 1 with this know-it-all attitude, yeah, you're not going to learn shit because you're choosing not to. But if you go in with an open mind and with the desire to add new concepts to your understanding of CrossFit, you'll learn a ton. So go in with an open mind. Go in ready to learn because you're going to learn a lot. Trina McLeod, I see Don is heading to the Down Under competition. Will you also be attending? No, I'm not. Lisa Austin, good luck at the competition. Thanks, I'll cover that at the end of the video. Will Thibault, would you recommend a hypothetical son of yours join the military in this day and age after 20 years of endless war, woke ideology, etc.? Look, if I had a son and he wanted to go in the military, if that's what he wanted to do, yeah, I would let him. I don't think I would dissuade someone or my son from pursuing that dream if that's what they had, even with the current state of affairs. I don't think the current state of affairs is bad enough to keep someone out of the military. At least I hope it's not. Cat Scherer, haircut, I approve. Doug Cunningham, are there any mechanisms for the community to get updated about CrossFit's diversity and inclusion efforts, particularly with requests to affiliates? I know there was a lot of movement in 2020 forming DEI Council, but curious how things are progressing today and whether the new CEO has those efforts on his radar. I don't know what's going on there. I'll learn more in the next few weeks, but not sure. J23, greetings from Argentina. In CrossFit, do you plan to make differentiated prices for South America, both in the level 1 and in a fee for affiliating? Because the current fees are too expensive for the boxes to spread around the region. Yeah, they're looking into it. More to follow on that. Jason Kimura, good luck, Dave, at the sniper competition. It sounds like a lot of fun. Glad you are back to CrossFit and look forward to seeing how the company progresses in spite of all the leadership changes. Wish they would bring Greg back as well. Have a great week. Cool. Thank you. Thanks for the comment. Robbie Southwards, what's one or a few events you wish you programmed in the CrossFit Games season if you're willing to share? I don't have anything there. Actually, forget it. All right, so there we go, comments, and now we'll dive into the week in review. Last week, had a kind of short week because of this sniper trip I went to. Early in the week, we had a leadership call that lasted a few hours, went into Santa Cruz, the new office in Santa Cruz, met up with Don and some of the team there, and took the call from the office. Good time, good call. After that, the next day, I flew out to Casper, Wyoming, for my sniper competition. And Thursday morning, I went into CrossFit 307 and met up with Jeremy, the owner, saw some of the trainers, saw some of the clients. Really cool gym. I visit that location every time I go to Casper. I've been to Casper 3 or 4 times now for these shooting competitions. So Jeremy's becoming a friend, and it was cool to catch up with him. On the way out, I actually also had lunch with Jeremy on my way home from that trip. So CrossFit 307, if you're ever in Casper, check them out. They have a great box. It's in a massive facility that Jeremy's family owns. On the flight over, I finished reading White Fang. So I picked up a copy of Jack London's Call of the Wild and White Fang, and in the past week and a half, I read both those books. And I didn't read them as a child, or at least if I did, I don't remember. But both of those books, Call of the Wild and White Fang, are fantastic. Great reads. I totally recommend as an adult, if you read it as a child, pick it up again as an adult. Just like Of Mice and Men, I recommend this to people all the time. But those books were so powerful and such good reads that if you're looking for something, and not too long, they're both pretty short, definitely pick those up, and you'll especially if you're a dog guy, you're going to really enjoy this story and the book, Call of the Wild and White Fang. One of our CrossFit employees, Jason Dunlap, just left. I want to welcome or wish him good luck on his new endeavor with Orange Theory. I had a great relationship with Jason. Me, Nicole, and Gary, we spent a lot of time with him in the last few months, right up until I got fired. And he, really nice guy, really passionate. He'll do great things at Orange Theory. So Jason, if you're listening, good luck. It was great working with you, and kick ass over there. And on to the Sniper Adventure Challenge. So I'm not going to cover it in depth here because I'll do a bunch of other videos on it, but I'll give a brief overview. We got 4th place. I'm happy with that. We were going to win. That didn't work out. But what I'm really proud of is there's a team. The team that did win is a team of SEALs. So one was active duty and one was out, and they paired up and they took the spot. So if I was going to lose to anyone, it's definitely someone from my former community. I'd like to lose to people like that. And it makes me proud to see them coming to an event like this and kicking ass. Some other cool thing, I think, so it was up for 60 hours total, 48 hours for the race. Probably covered, we haven't found out the exact distance yet, 40 to 50 miles. We were on our feet a lot, hiking with 30 pounds, nonstop basically, for those 48 hours. And the thing I'm most excited about is the experiment that I did while there, which was I did it completely in a super low carb, call it keto state of eating. I went into it 2 weeks before the event. I was hardcore low carb. I actually even measured my ketone levels a few days before, and I was in ketosis. And then no drinking, no carbs for the 2 weeks leading up to the event. Into the event, I figured out the math when I was home. Let me even back up. During the event, I felt great, except for my feet because I had some shoe issues, but I felt great the entire time. I never felt hungry, and actually towards the end of the 48 hours, I felt more energized and felt like I had more go than even when I started. And there was a lot of running that I did in the last few hours of the event. All of that being said, for 48 hours with continuous movement, the total calories I consumed was 1,600 calories. So not only was I on a super low carb diet protocol, I also was on a very low calorie load diet, and no issues with it at all. I had one meal, one Next Mile meal. They make ketogenic meals, dehydrated meals. I had one of those 12 hours into it, or 24 hours into it. And the other snacks, I had 4 snacks of beef jerky and a little almond butter, and did those a few hours apart, a few times. And then 12 hours before the race ended at 6. So at 6 in the morning, I had another snack, just another almond butter and some beef jerky, and didn't eat anything else for the rest of the race for another 12 hours. And why am I doing this? Why did I do this? Why did I do the Mammoth Sniper Challenge on the same way in keto? Why did I do the fasted 24-hour ruck with Thomas DeLauer? Not 24-hour, I'm sorry. 24-hour, the fasted ruck with 35 pounds. And why did I do this race? Because I just want to prove, I think there's a lot of people who think you absolutely need carbohydrates to fuel yourself for efforts. And I know from reading a lot about it, in the endurance world, there's a lot of evidence that says you do not. And I just want to experience that for myself and prove it to myself that you don't. And it's been a raging success. If I do any other event like this, I'm going to continue to go in a not a fasted state, but in ketosis, and come out. Oh, and I measured my ketone levels as soon as I finished, and I was over 2. So, and not that I chase ketone levels, but it just gives you an indicator of where you're at. Really impressed, and it was at elevation, no elevation issues. The second night I was a little fatigued, feeling tired, but once I got past that, still performed great, felt great, really excited. I'll do a longer video on exactly what I ate and how I applied, or how I chose when to eat, but just wanted to get an overview on that. I did it super low calorie, total low calorie. I mean, 1,600 calories for 48 hours of continuous movement. That's not a lot. So really happy with how that went. I feel pretty good. I swam today, 600-700 yards, and the race just ended a couple days ago. But I'm happy with how that ended up, especially with the eating, and I'm happy with 4th place. So on to the next one. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Put comments in put your comment in the comment section, and I'll address it next week. By the way, it's really hot out here in California right now. It's like almost 100, and it's really hot in the shop. That's why I'm like sweating in here. So thanks for tuning in. Comment in the comments. See you guys next week.